record. We're live. Awesome. So thank you guys for hopping on. I know I didn't really announce the team called Change, so I'm sure that's excuse me, part of it, but I do appreciate it. I just quick want to recognize last month for Success Club, I did not have time to make a board, but I do want to give a shout out to Rachel. She's not on, but Rachel is somebody who has not missed Success Club in I think 2 years now, and every month there's been multiple months where she's been like not at Success Club by the last day of the month, and some way somehow always swoops in and makes it happen. So Rachel, if you're watching the recording, I just want to shout you out and congratulate you for that, because that's super awesome. That's a lot of hustle. I know it's hard when you're like squeezing it in at the last of the month. And also why I want to encourage everyone, and I know it's like easier said than done sometimes, but when you really push and put in a lot of effort at the beginning of the month, then at the end of the month, you're not like, fuck, I'm not at Success Club yet. I have to like spam all these people and like blah, 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 and get all craziness and stuff. Yeah, and Rachel just had a new baby, just had a baby, so she has a newborn, like Shan said. And so, yeah, congratulations, Rachel. Way to always squeeze that out and make it happen. And then also, last month, I want to shout out Kelsey Norgal, who hit a SC8. And then I don't ever give my own stats to brag or anything, but just to show you guys that I am showing up. I am here too. And last month I ended the month at SC20, and I have already locked in Success Club for this month. And again, that is by no means to brag, but to show you that like I'm working just as hard as you are. I don't think that anyone at the top, like, it seems like people like top coaches, you know, it seems like they don't like have to hustle and grind, but they do hustle and grind. The grind never really stops. And if you're at Summit, you heard Rachel Hollis say that's what you signed up for. You know, I don't think it's always a time of sacrifice. I don't think we always need to be sacrificing every minute, you know, with our families. I think there are seasons of sacrifice where we do have to make those sacrifices and hustle, but that's not supposed to be 24/7. But the hustle is 24/7. If that makes sense, if you can differentiate that. And then I want to give a shout out this month. Also, so far, Mackenzie is at SC2, I believe, about to be at SC4, and tomorrow will be an Emerald coach. And then Lauren, who's Mackenzie's sister, is at SC2 this month. Also, Stephanie is a new coach again. So welcome back. Stephanie is at SC2 with a new coach. So congratulations to you, Stephanie. Way to start out strong. And Nicole Schamer is at SC4, starting out the month really strong. That's really, really awesome. And then, so that's what we got for SC at the beginning of the month. So that's really awesome, having Success Club points up on the board already. And I know Beachbody puts like this pedestal around like Success Club. And obviously we have to hit Success Club because that's their way of measuring if you're moving your business forward or not. But I want to really encourage you to dig deep and think of those as people. And so last month, it was, I can't really say like I did one specific thing to really get out of my own way and like push to hit a higher Success Club number. But if I had to narrow it down, it really was, I stopped posting desperately as if like, okay, how can I make a post in order to get someone to want to read it, to want to join my challenge group, to inspire somebody. And I just started to be me. I stopped trying to sell to people. I stopped thinking like, okay, if I write this, like, is this going to get them to want, you know what I mean? Like I stopped having that mindset, and I just shared the way that I wanted to share. And it was a little uncomfortable. I do also have family on Facebook. I have grandparents, I have aunts, I have uncles, I have my parents, you know, all of my family I have on Facebook. They're not on Instagram, so that's really great that they're not watching my stories, because some of the stuff that I say on there is questionable for family matters. But I do have family on Facebook, and I did write a post last month, and I dropped an F-bomb, or maybe it was this month, I don't know. And my grandparents actually commented and they said, do you have to use the F word? And I blocked them. And not that I don't love them. I love my grandparents very much. They're like amazing people. And not that I like have like this huge potty mouth, but that's a word that I say. I'm not ashamed to use it. That's me. And by being able to be truly who I am and say what I actually want to say in the way that I want to say it, I do believe played a role in how I got everyone that joined me last month and everyone that has joined me so far this month has reached out to me. And I am still inviting. I'm still following up. Everyone that did reach out to me, I have previously invited. So I did plant that seed already. So that is the importance of inviting people and growing your network. But everyone reached out to me, and it's because, and I've received so many messages saying like, the reason I chose you is because I don't feel like I'm being sold to, because I feel like you're a real person, because I relate to you, I connect with you, right? I am just sharing, I'm being real. I stopped posting things about like, I don't share food tips anymore. Inside of my boot camp, I do share nutrition tips because I do, I'm not just like eating pizza every second of every day, right? But I'm also not eating clean 100% of the time. And by sharing that and like putting all these nutrition tips out there and all these veggie pictures and everything, that's not being true to who I am. That's a completely false advertisement. And so when I started putting out there that, I do eat pizza once a week, and in my boot camp, I share different tips of like how I still kind of stay on track. And there are things that I've learned from our nutrition programs, and so I reference them, from TUI Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. But I still do, like, okay, I literally have pizza right now, just to be totally transparent. And so I've just been 100% myself. I got so in tune with me and who I am and who it is that I want to attract, because the person that I want to attract is me. I want to bring people onto the team that are just like me because I like me. I love me, and I want to be friends with people who are like me. And so if you can get so in tune with who you are, what you like, the language that you personally speak, what message it is that you want to put out there, and just, inspire, entertain, educate people in your own language, and be talking to people behind the scenes, I don't think there's a secret sauce into this. And I also do think that I've, started working a little closer with a few people on the team, not to leave anyone out, because anytime I try to do something with the entire team, it just like is like a total disaster. So I started working with a few close people to test the waters. And by working with people who are actually motivated like you are, by getting the team involved, by collaborating, I've started talking with other coaches that don't help me in any way, but by cheering each other on and pushing together, that's another thing. It is a team effort. We are Team Beachbody. And so if you can get out of your head of like, how can they serve me, and just work together and, help somebody get it in return kind of thing, that's going to help too. But that's not the purpose of this call. I'm sorry. I am like so stuffed up right now. And so this is really terrible timing. But with this call, I want to talk about vision. I want to talk about belief, and I want to talk about getting out of your own way. And this is not going to be a long call. Excuse me. If you have not yet, I want you to make time. I posted that video in our team page from like this complete powerhouse of coaches, and it's really all about visioning for 2020. And I'm going to use myself as an example, because the work that you do right now, so many people in our team have said, whether they commented on a post or reached out to me personally or X, Y, and Z, that I want to build a big business. I want to be on the stage at Summit. I want to blah, 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 whatever, insert goals here. But they do not show up, and they don't hustle when it matters, right? They're not on team calls. And I don't like to work with people that don't show up on team calls, not because I'm mean, but because this is my business. And if you're not going to show up and like do it as a team, like why should my family sacrifice, right? Like why should I have to sacrifice my time to help somebody, that's not willing to recognize that it's a team sport, and you have to show up and you have to at least put effort for yourself. But in 2017, I ended the year like I hustled my face off more than I have ever hustled. In 2018, I had an absolutely amazing year until like kind of mid-year is when Tyler and my relationship started to kind of fall apart. And that's the thing. When things in life go wrong, coaching is always the first thing to go, which is the dumbest, and I don't mean to like be rude, but it is the dumbest thing you can do if you actually want to make something of this, because coaching has the opportunity to actually give you that dream life that you want, to make those problems go away, right? And I've never actually quit, but when our relationship started to kind of, fall apart, I didn't know how to juggle it. And so I did significantly less. I didn't even do the bare minimum. I did way less than the bare minimum. And so 2018 started out freaking awesome. And although I was still working, like I said, I have never gone a day without doing absolutely anything. I never have. Because this business has, and the workouts, everything has completely changed my life. And then at the end of 2018, that was the first end of year that I was not excited to do. Like I was not at all excited about Beachbody. Like I was never going to quit, but I wasn't excited. I wasn't motivated to push towards any goals. I didn't want to end with any like rank advancements or anything. I just didn't care. And I didn't have it in me. I didn't have a vision. I didn't know where I was going. And this year I suffered for it, right? Like I still, like, thankfully my income didn't like totally like drop, but I totally suffered for it. And it's because I didn't end 2018 with a vision. I didn't take the time to put out this vision, write pen to paper what it is that I actually want about it. And not just an income goal, right? It can't just be about the income. It took me so long to learn that, but it cannot just be about the income. Okay. There are things that it can be about that money does provide for you, but it can't just be about the income in and of itself. And so what I want to talk to you about is visioning, because like I said, what you do now, like today in November, like actually last month, what you do September, October, November, December is what 2020 is going to be for you. So I don't want to tell you that you missed the ball, but you have to hustle your face off now if you do have those big, ginormous goals. Okay. And it has to start with vision, because if you don't have a vision, you are not even like Lindsay Matway, Melanie Mitchell, they're not always motivated to do the work. But because they have a vision, they always do the work. You have to have a vision. That is the only thing that is going to keep you going, and not just having a vision, but having it in the front of your mind, whatever that means. So for me, what I finally started to do was I set timers on my alarm reminding me of little pieces of my vision. And so I set alarms throughout the day to go off during times that I know that I'm like free to work, right? Like, so I know when Tyler's going to be home and when I should be working, because there are times where I'm like squirrel brain. I'm like, oh, what are people doing on Instagram stories, or like scrolling the Facebook news feed, or like laughing at something Blair's doing when like Tyler's home and it's my time to work kind of thing. So I have alarms that go off and remind me of my goals. And it's a song that like lifts me up and fires me up, so that my vision is constantly on my mind. If I don't set those alarms, or if I don't have my vision at my desk and I'm not consciously thinking about it, then I'm not working intentionally, right? We have this business, this activity tracker, but so many times like I'm guilty of it too. And every one of you are guilty of it, where you do things to check off the box, but you're not doing it intentionally. Like when it says to engage with people, like actually intentionally engage with people, care about what people are doing, and not just like, okay, how many comments can I do in 10 minutes? Like actually freaking care about people and do it intentionally. Don't just check off the boxes to check them off. Do it with intention, and that is going to be a huge game changer for your business. But it has to start with vision, right? So if time and money were not an issue, resources, if all of that were not an issue, how would you live your life? What would your house look like? Where would you live? Would you live on an ocean? Would you have a nanny? Would you have like beautiful French doors? What would your life look like? Would you go on family vacations? Would your significant other not have to work, or would they be able to work less because of what you're doing? Would your kids have I think I already said this, but a full-time nanny? Like, what would your life look like? And I really want you to dream big. And I know we've talked about vision before, and I'm sure a lot of you have done a vision board and stuff like that. But have you put pen to paper? Have you done it recently? Is it relevant to what you actually want? Like, does it make you want to work. Because if it doesn't make you want to work, it is not a vision that's going to get you anywhere. It has to make you want to work, and you have to constantly be reminded of it. Okay? Without vision, you do not have a business. And that's why I push so hard for new coaches to create a vision and take time on it. And I know it's hard because as a new coach, you want to like dive in and do all the things, but you're not going to get any of it done. And it's not going to go anywhere if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a purpose behind the actual work that you're doing. Because if you don't have a vision, you're just hustling your face off. You're making all these sacrifices to your family and for nothing. It's probably not going to pay out, right? Please, please, please take time, do your vision. I know some of you, if you're watching the recording or some of you on live, I know you've done a vision board, but you have to have something that's going to give you purpose. That has to tug on your heartstrings, and it has to be so freaking powerful. Okay. That is what's going to drive your business. And next I want to talk about belief. I was talking to Keisha at our super weekend, and honestly, I had still planned on like hustling at the end of the year and like working really hard to like set up 2020 for success. But I had given up on any sort of rank advancements or like trying to push you guys, because honestly, like it's exhausting trying to push people and like get people on board with you. It is so freaking exhausting. It is. And I don't ever want to leave anyone behind. It's like, okay, do I leave someone behind, or do I keep like dragging and like emptying my tank, right? And so I had given up on any sort of like rank advancements or like whatever was going to end the year at, right? I was just like, okay, it is what it is, and that's what it is kind of thing. But I was talking to her, and she was talking to a couple other people that aren't diamond yet or whatever. And she was like, you can literally be 1 star by the end of this year. Like, I don't know why you think that's not possible. I just like, I don't know what it was, but a light switch just went on. I was like, no, this year like is not over yet. I got Tyler's account to diamond in 10 days. I can do a whole fucking lot more in 2 weeks, right? In 2.5 weeks at the time. Now it's like 2 weeks or whatever. And so, but it doesn't happen if you don't believe in yourself. When I got Tyler's account to diamond in 10 days, I believed that I was going to. And like, I didn't just like, I believed that I could, whatever it was inside of me. And I was on a call with another coach today, not in our team. And we were just doing a weekly check-in call. And I told her, I was like, you can end the year at 1 star. And she like rolled her eyes at me. And I straight up said, like, if I can believe in you and I can pour all this belief into you, but it means shit if you don't believe in yourself. It literally means shit. You have to believe in yourself. And it's hard sometimes. I'm not saying it's just like, I believe in myself, and then like you just believe in yourself. Like, you just have to want it so bad and know that you're going to hustle your face off and just do it. And believe. You have to believe that you can, and you have to tell yourself over and over and over again. I don't care if you have to put sticky notes on your laptop or on your bathroom mirror or at your desk or wherever it is that's in front of your mind that you are going to see it. Like, I am a diamond coach. I am a star diamond coach. I earn maybe $500 a week is your goal right now. That is a really freaking awesome goal. I remember the first time I made $500 a week, and I was like, holy shit, my life has changed, because that was life-changing. $200 a week was life-changing for me at one point. So it's crazy what you can do with this business. You have to believe in yourself. And if you don't, you need to. Where is the proof? There is no proof that you can't do it. There is proof from a lot of other people that have hit diamond in really fast amounts of time. That is proof that it can be done. There is no proof that you can't do it other than you're not willing to do the work. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to get out of your own freaking way. You are doing a complete disservice by not sending an invite, by not being a human being, by not showing up on your Instagram stories. You guys, the people that I follow on Instagram, that like, I have like a group of people that I'm like, when I'm not working, that's like my happy hour, is watching their Instagram stories. Right? I want people to like come to me for that. Like, I want to be their happy hour. You want people to be in your corner, to want to follow you. It doesn't always mean that everyone's going to join you. I know a lot of people that follow me are never going to join me, and that's okay. But I provide them entertainment. I've built relationships from it. And a lot of them will join me because I'm always showing up as my authentic self. And I do try, like, I try to entertain, I try to make it fun so people want to keep coming back. And you have to get a little bit creative sometimes, but you have to get out of your own way. And I've said this so many times that people's opinions of you do not pay your bills. There are so many people that are hiding behind Instagram and not willing to go on Facebook. Facebook is not dead. You have to continue to add friends to Facebook, and you have to continue to follow people on Instagram to get more eyes on you. But if you actually want to build a business, then you need to get out of your own way, face your fears, and get on Facebook. Okay? Block your friend, make a separate Facebook account that you can add your family to if it's that big of a deal, because I know for some people it's really freaking scary, and I get that. Okay? I do. I literally blocked my grandparents because I was like, well, it's awkward. But you cannot hide behind Instagram. Facebook is so amazing. I guarantee you have friends on Facebook and a whole community on Facebook that has no idea that you have something to offer them because you haven't been sharing it with them, because they haven't been able to follow you because you haven't been posting on Facebook. You have to get on Facebook. You have to get out of your own way. There are 2 weeks for our team as a whole to rank advance. Sorry, checking the time. You can hit whatever goals it is you want in 2 weeks. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to get out of your own way. And if you're not doing personal development, it's okay if like every book isn't like your jam and you cancel it or you return it or whatever, but you have to be doing something that resonates with you personally, that fires you up personally, that speaks to you personally. Like Danielle Tony always says, personal development is personal, but you have to be doing it. You cannot skip it. You have to be doing all of the things. Get out of your own way. Create a vision that's worth working for. Believe in yourself, because anyone else's belief in you does not matter. It does not serve you. It's great to have people believe in you, but unless you start believing in yourself, you're not going to get anywhere with it. And face your fears. Send the invite. Follow up with people. Be a human being. Don't just be robotic and like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And actually, I posted several times on the team page that if you copy and paste a message to Facebook Messenger, it actually tells them, like, Megan forwarded a message. It tells them that it was a copy paste message, right? Don't be a robot. Be a human being. And like real quick, just to like give some, I guess, tangible tips on inviting and following up and all of that, like engage with people, watch people's stories that you're following and comment on them. And like, if you don't have anything to say, if you're like this, I literally have nothing to say, then don't comment on it. It's okay. Right? Don't be a fake person, be a real person. What's been working for my, like, growing my following or like keeping people from unfollowing, I guess I've been kind of stagnant a little bit, is like I literally scroll the explore page and I find an account that's not like a famous person, that's just like a normal person, but that gets a lot of likes. And I just go through, and it's somebody that I try to be like, oh, I think I would be friends with her kind of thing. And I just go through the people that either follow her or that like her photos. And I like a couple photos, I comment on one, and I follow them, right? And it's not just the last 3 photos. I like look through photos that I actually like. And so it's more genuine. And if I don't have anything to comment, then I don't comment. But I've been getting a lot more follows back, building a lot better connections by like doing it that way, and like actually taking time. And another thing I've been doing with following and growing my network is every hour, I only do this a couple times a week, but I set an alarm to go off every hour on the hour, and I just spend 5 to 10 minutes following new people or engaging with people, one or the other, to make sure that it gets done when I'm like on a hustle time. But then like watching people's stories, commenting on their stuff to like show them that you're watching their stories, and then going through your stories and seeing who's watching your stories and inviting those people. Because chances are, if you're like actually engaging with people, you've already engaged with them, then sending them an invite isn't necessarily cold because you've already engaged with them, if that makes sense. And you're less of like a robot trying to sell to them kind of thing, because you're actually watching their stuff too. But you have to face your fears and you have to just go for it and follow up. Another, like, there are so many different ways that you can follow up, but don't just be like, hey, did you want to join me at, right? Like, hey, I don't want you to think I forgot about you. And I know I've sent you a ton of messages, so I'm not trying to bug you at all. But I've been seeing some really awesome results with this 3-week program, and it's just 30 minutes a day, and I wanted to follow up again. Have you given this any more thought? Like, to me, that's a genuine follow-up. It's not just like, do you want to buy from me yet kind of thing. Like, people, Carl has said time and time again, like, yeah, there are coaches that have gotten to the top from like copy paste, like simple cold invites. Carl does not want that. That is not the business that he built. That is not the multi-billion-dollar business that he visioned. He wanted to connect with people. He wanted to genuinely get people results and be real human beings doing it, person-to-person connection. And so I'm totally like anti-cold messaging as long as you're like engaging with their stuff and like being a real human being, which circles back to the beginning of like your posts. You have to be posting every single day. You have to be a real person. It doesn't always, I've said this so many times, so I don't want to like talk until I'm blue in the face about the same topics over and over again, but be willing to do something different, right? I finally decided I was going to stop watching other coaches and stop being like, oh, well, I'm going to post the way that she does because that's how a top coach posts. No, I'm going to post the way that I do. And I'm going to try and make my photos look pretty because I do think having good visually appealing photos, I think that does make a difference. And then when people give me information, I just say what I want to say, right? I don't just like, I honestly don't go through this whole process anymore. I give them the details and the price right up front. And these are after I've already had a conversation with them, and it's like a follow-up. I give them the details and the price right up front because I decided that I was going to go against the grain and I was going to do something a little bit different and see how it worked. Because not the same thing works for every single coach, right? I'm sorry, I'm really losing my voice. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Okay. So since Monday, I've been posting a link to get on like late night silent work sessions. And so just a reminder that we're still doing that. I'll be posting a link at 8:30, so just an hour from now, if you want to get on and work with us. I know some people have more time during the day, whatever, but I've just been staying up later, doing more work and just doing everything that I can to push and end the year strong. So you're absolutely welcome to join with us. Other than that, that is all I have for you guys. I would really like for you guys to create your visions, and if you're willing, share them in the team page. I would love to see them, and if you don't want to, that's fine too. You don't have to, but just know that if you don't have a vision, this business will not go anywhere. And that's not me being rude. That's me being honest with you because I actually want you to succeed. You need a vision. All right. Thank you guys so much for getting on. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll talk to you later.